once again welcome you back for the physics class. Okay, so we came to know about the what is the case, that is the dot product. Now let's move to the cross product. I know some of you have already learned about the cross product and it is too easy. So let's start with the cross product. Okay, so when we start with cross product, if I multiply two vector quantities, vectors, by cross product, I will get a vector product. Means the product will be means the answer will be a vector quantity. So that is why we call it a cross product. Another name we call it a vector product. Okay. Suppose I say this is a vector A and this is another vector B. This makes an angle theta with each other. What happened? This makes an angle theta with each other. So as it makes theta angle with each other, if I want to multiply these two vector quantities by cross product, then I have to write A cross B equals to A cross B magnitude sine theta n cap, where n cap is the direction of A cross B. Means this direction will be perpendicular to A cross B. Suppose I talk about, I just now a few minutes back I said in a class also I said that if these two are vectors A and this is my B, they are moving anti-clockwise. Then if they are moving anti-clockwise, then the perpendicular distance will be either out of the paper or into the paper. It is the z-axis. So now which one? Think of a screw. You have a screw at your home. Suppose I say it is a screw and I am rotating like this. Means I am rotating clockwise. You can check, I am rotating in this way, means I am rotating clockwise. When I rotate clockwise, what will happen to the screw? The screw will go into the paper. That means here when I apply a force, with one force I am moving it up, another force I am pushing it, pulling it this my side. Means here if I want to move clockwise, I have to give a force here upward, downward I have to give a force towards me. So two forces are there which are acting on a body. I am rotating it. So what will happen? It will go into the paper or not? So that is what? That is, I can say the direction of the product vector product. Now under it certain properties are there. What are those? Under it some properties are there, and from the properties, number one, you can go through the commutative and distributive property as well. I will say about if theta equals to 0 degree, means the angle between the two vectors is 0, sine 0 is 0, so A cross B will be equal to 0. That means if two vectors are there which are acting parallel to each other, the cross product will become 0. And number two, if I say if theta equals to 90 degree, then if I write A cross B, then it will not be equals to 0, but it will be magnitude of A cross B. Yes or no? Then n cap will be there. So this is not a 0. So if I ask you to prove that two vectors are perpendicular to each other, I will use dot product. And if I ask you, or the question is prove that the two vectors are parallel to each other, it will be a what? Cross product. Also along with this, I hope you remember we have studied about the unit vectors I, J, K, which are rectangular components. Yes or no? So number 3. If I write I cross J, yes, if I write I cross J, what will happen? The magnitude of both the vector is 1 only. So magnitude part will become 1. Then sine of, now tell me what is the angle between I and J? It is 90 degrees. So I will write sine of 90. And I cross J should be 1. Then what is the left arm? That is K. So it will become K cap. Similarly, if I write J cross K, it will become I. If I write K cross I, it will become J. Now you might ask me, ma'am, how I have written. So this is my x-axis which I have considered I. This is my y-axis which I have considered J. And this is my z-axis which I have considered K. You always think in this way. So we will move in anti-clockwise direction. As we move in anti-clockwise direction, when we move in anti-clockwise direction, I cross J will be K, j cross k will be I, k cross I will be g. Like that will come. But if I move in clockwise now, means I cross k will be j, but it is minus. So if I reverse this, means I have written j cross I, it will equals to minus k. If I have written k cross j, then it will be equals to minus I. And if I have written I cross k, then it will become minus of g. So this is the reverse. After doing the cross product of means different I cross j, j cross I, let us move to I cross I now. If I multiply two vectors, similar vector, then no doubt the product will be, magnitude will be 1. But now sign is what? The sign is they are moving along the same axis or not? Same direction. So sign of 0 will be there. And cap means suppose I have written k cap. Not k cap, nothing will come. We will not write anything. I will write n cap. So this will become 0. Similarly, j cross j will be 0. Then k cross k will be equal to 0. So these are the properties we can see. Now if I have two vectors like this and I want to multiply, how to multiply? Means A is equals to vector A. Suppose assume A x I cap, A y j cap plus A z k cap. I can think like this. Yes. Similarly, B vector if I write B x I cap, B y j cap plus B z k cap. I can do in that way. So if I want to multiply A cross B, then one method I will show you. That one is A x I cap, A y j cap, A z k cap. When I will write cross, then I will write B x I cap plus B y j cap plus B z k cap. This is one rule. After you use the distributive property, then that means I will multiply with this or this. So I can write A x I cap. Cross product is there, so I have to write cross B x I cap. But see here, AX and BX are what? Magnitude. So instead of writing like this, I have to write how? Wait. Then instead of writing like this, can I write AX BX? Then I cross I will come or not? But I cross I is equals to what? 1 or 0? 0. So this will not come into here. But the second one, if I write, what is that? AX. BY is there, BY I have written, it's okay. Then it will be I cross J. Yes, so plus I will write AX BY, but I cross J is what? K or not? Sorry, right? Understood? So similarly we will go one after the other. Means I have to multiply in that way if you want. That is one method. I am not going to do in this way, I am going to do in a different method. So what is my method? I will follow matrices rule. So it is A cross B I will write. Then I will draw the modulus sign. That is not modulus actually, that is a symbol for matrices. So I will write here the first unknown, that is I, J, K. Then I am going to write the magnitudes of each one. Means for I, J, K, what are the magnitudes in the given terms, in the given questions. Since A cross B is there, so I have to start with A. If I have written B cross A, then I have to write with, start with B. So A is there, so magnitude is AX. So below I cap, I will write AX. Then AY, so below I, J, I will write AY, and this will be my AJ. Similarly, this will be my BX, this is BY, and this is my BJ. So I got this relation like this. Okay, hope it is clear. If it is clear to all of you, then I can show you how I will multiply this one now. I am writing at the above top. Now see. So first of all, I will consider the first digit, that is I cap. So I will write I cap like this. When I take I cap, then what I have to do, I have to think that this row is not there and this column is not there. So what is left out? I will write A, Y, B, sorry, A, Z, B, Y, B, Z. So this is my first step. Then I have to write, I said in the class, I am not going to repeat, then I will consider the next digit to be minus J, not plus J. So if I take J, again what happened? I have to leave this and I have to leave this. So what is the left out? This part will not be there. So I can write AX, AZ, then BX, BZ. gen. It's okay. Then last one, that is plus k cap. So when I consider k, this part will not be there and this part will not be there. What is the left out? This part. So I will write ax, ay, bx, by. So that is my equation that I will write now. I have already written the shortcut. So this one, if you want to write this step, if you want to omit, you can omit it. By looking on the main column, you can do it. So now what is my case? What I will do? After writing I will give a bracket, then multiply diagonally. Means always multiply with the first digit, left corner, top corner, with the bottom. Means it will be ay, b, z, minus. Then this 2. So it will be a z, b, y. Got it? Then minus of j. Then again this one means ax, bz, minus az, bx, plus k cap. Again the same method. So it will be ax, by, minus ay, bx. So this is actually the rule to find out. Actually it is a matrices rule, that the way we used to find out if the values of ax, bx on the sums are given, numbers will come and it will come as a, again our equation with, suppose this one I have written as let me write this as p. So this will be my p, I cap will be there, yes or no? Then second term minus will be there, minus q, j cap will be there, then plus r, k cap will be there. So this is again a what? Vector form or not? Means if you multiply also by vector quantity, vector quantity is by cross product, I am going to get a vector, or means vector quantity only. So that is what I have discussed in the class today. So since it is already discussed, let's have some numericals for this concept now. Let's start with question number 1. So if it is in the paper, it is given that the vector a, suppose a is equal to let me write 4i cap plus 3j cap plus k cap, and vector b is equals to 12i cap plus 9j cap plus 3k cap. You have to prove that these two vectors are perpendicular to each other. So what we will do, we will write a cross b, which is equal to, I hope you remember. So first I will write I, j, k. Then a I will write 4, 3, 1. Then 12, 9, 3. So it will be equal to first I cap. So when I have taken I cap, this part I have removed and this part I have removed. What is the left out? This one. So what I will do, I will start with this. 3 into 3 is 9. Minus 9 into 1 is 9. Done. Minus j cap. So when I have taken j, this part is not there. So this is not there. 4 into 3 is 12. Minus 12 into 1 is 12. Plus k cap. Then when I have taken k, this is not there. So 4 into 9 is what is 4 into 9 is 36. Minus 12 into 3 is 36. So what happened? 9 minus 9, 0. Again 12 minus 12, 0 minus 0. Then plus 0. So my answer is 0. That is the two vectors are perpendicular to each other. So we have proved like that. Another thing is that suppose it is asked, find a unit vector, find number 2, unit vector perpendicular to the vectors a and b. So vector a is now 4i cap minus j cap plus 3k cap, and vector b is equals to minus 2i cap plus j cap minus 2k cap. Then it is asked to what? I said the unit vector perpendicular to these vectors. So perpendicular to these vectors, how can we do it? So what we have to do, we have to write a cross b. So a cross b will be equals to, how can I do this one? They are perpendicular to each other. So actually we have to write a cross b magnitude. I hope you remember. Then sign of the angle between them, and cap is there. So here we have to calculate n cap means we have to calculate n cap, which will be equal to a cross b. Done. Then divided by a cross b magnitude sine of theta. Here theta is 90, so I'm going to write sine theta will not be there, so it will be A cross B divided by A cross B magnitude. Or in B, calculate it, sorry, not magnitude, first A cross B you calculate it, you multiply it by this method, find the value. After finding the value, whatever it will come, suppose I said that it came something like A x I cap plus A y j cap plus A z k cap, something will come or not, then A cross B magnitude will be equals to root over A x square A y square plus A z square. So this one will be there. So after that, if it is asked n cap will be equals to what? A cross B magnitude divided by A cross B, sorry, vector divided by magnitude. This is how you have to solve this question. Hope it is clear. Now another question is there where you have to find the sine of the angle between them. Sine of the, another type of question that comes in exam is find the sine of the angle between the vectors. I have written A cross B magnitude vector is equals to, we used to write A B sine theta and cap. Yes, this one is my equation. So we wrote A cross B is equals to A B sine theta and cap. Now the same equation, if I have written A cross B magnitude, I'm talking about the magnitude now. If I talk about the magnitude, then this n cap will not be there, only this part will be there. So it will be A B sine of theta. So when I have written A B sine theta, that means I'm talking about the magnitude of each vector separately. So now in this, from this particular equation, if I ask you find sine of the angle between them, angle between the vectors, so what will be the rule? It will be sine of theta is equals to magnitude of vector A cross B divided by vector magnitude A, then vector magnitude B. So this one will be the answer for that. So if you have to solve such equation, we will be using this type of concept. So this is another concept for finding the sine of the angle between the two vectors. It's okay. So let us move to another part here, that is geometrical interpretation of vector product. Geometrical interpretation of vector product. Here what we are going to prove? We are going to prove something. Let's see, the magnitude of the vector product is equal to twice the area of the rectangle. How can we prove this one? Let's prove it. So for that, let us consider two vectors A and B. Yes, what I will do, I will consider two vector A and B. Suppose this is a vector A. And there is another vector which I have written, this is to be my vector B. And they are represented by, suppose I say it is represented by, suppose this is my OP, this is my OQ. They are representing the two sides of a parallelogram. Hope it is clear to all of you. It represents the two sides of a parallelogram. Which one I can draw parallelogram like this, that I have used for parallelogram law of vector addition. This one I have done. Now, if let us consider the angle between the two vectors is theta. It's okay. That means I can write angle POQ is equals to theta. So from the point Q, let us drop a perpendicular here. So this is a perpendicular. Let us write it as N. Then, and therefore, what we will do, we will find the magnitude of the product of the vectors A and B. So we will try to find out the magnitude of the product of the two vectors. Means we will try to find out A cross B from here. Magnitude means I will take the magnitude, which is nothing, already just few minutes back I said it is equal to sine theta. I will write like this, AB sine theta. Now what is A? A is OP. What is B? B is OQ. Then sine of theta. Is it okay? I hope from the figure it is okay. So now from the figure if I say NQ or QN, divided by OQ. Means this is perpendicular, this is my hypotenuse. Perpendicular by hypotenuse is nothing but it is sine of the theta. So can I write from here NQ is equals to OQ sine theta? Yes. So it is OQ sine theta, means here OQ sine theta is nothing but it is NQ. So what I can write, A cross B vector magnitude is equals to, I can write OP. Then what I will write? Then I will write what? Tell me. It will be equals to into NQ. It's okay. It is OP into NQ. Done? And if I multiply OP and NQ, if I multiply OP and NQ, what does it will give us? It will give us the, yes, length into breadth. So it will give us the area of a parallelogram. Of a parallelogram means of the parallelogram. It will give us the area. Now, what we will do, from the same figure, suppose I have taken QOP. Which is QOP? This is Q, this is O, this is P. And QPR. QP, this is my R, this is my R. So let us join these two lines. So we have two triangles here. One is POQP, another one is QRP. So these are two triangles. Or I can say these are the two halves of the parallelogram. Isn't it? So two halves of the parallelogram. So from here, if I write A cross B, magnitude, can I write it as 2 into, yes, half into OP into NQ. Yes. So if it is like this, then this is area of a parallelogram. Then I can write twice I have done, half I have done. So this is just half I have, this just in sum or something like that. So 2 half of OP and Q. 2 half of means half of OP. OP is which one? OP into NQ, this one. So this is what I can say, area of a triangle or not. So we can write 2 into area of what I will write, area of a triangle. So this is the geometrical interpretation of the vector quantities.